You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
R&B singer Case.
What up, y'all?
What's up,
What's
Case?
up, my brother?
Chilling.
I really enjoyed your TV One Unsung, man.
Yes.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
How does a former drug dealer / robber become an R&B singer?
Well, I was an R&B singer then too.
Really?
Yeah, I was just trying to.
You
figure
just
out
trying
a
to make
way.
some bread.
Yeah, I was trying to, hold myself over till something happened.
So that's when you was on the come up trying to make it as
Yeah,
a
I was
singer.
trying. Like we would be out in the street doing stuff and then go to the studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
So people in the hood knew you could sing?
Yeah, everybody. I used to sing for girls.
Yeah.
We'd be sitting around in the cypher, be like, yo, sing that joint for me. I just sing all the time.
Wow. And then go
Yeah.
stick somebody up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Did
It's
anybody
multitasking.
Did anybody ever get upset? Like, how are you letting an R&B singer rob you, man?
Nah. I mean, I wasn't around people I knew.
Got you.
That seemed like kind of like a bad way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you
Case
wore a
just robbed
mask.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you wore a mask.
No, we couldn't afford a mask.
See what I'm saying? So now Touch Me, Tease Me comes out, and I'm going to love this song. I'm like, yo, hold up.
That's the
Statute
dude
of
that
limitations.
robbed me.
That's the dude that touched
That's
me.
the dude got my check.
Statute of limitations. Statute of limitations.
Did you ever feel like you had any karma that came back to you from that?
I'm sure I have, but I mean,
Like ever been like, damn, this is because of what I used to do?
I'm sure something has happened, but I never thought of it like that.
Has anybody ever approached you or caught up with you and be like, oh, you remember me now?
Nah.
Never.
Wait.
Not
See,
gonna
now
lie.
you just jinxed it
Put
now.
it in the atmosphere.
It's about to be 7 people outside now.
So how did you get that first break?
Me and Misa, we went to school together. We used to sit and talk in class.
That's
she was doing her work.
for people that don't know.
Yeah. And she got Faith to write a song for me, Don't Be Afraid. And that was my first demo. And Russell heard it. He loved it.
Wow.
He signed me off of that song.
Wow.
How long did that transition from the streets to becoming like a real artist, not in the streets anymore, happen?
Like 7 years.
Ooh.
Like 7, 8 years, something like that.
So when he signed you, how much money was back then when they signed you back then?
I think I got like 20,000.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would-
So you still in the streets then?
Nah, I was good, but it was good. That's good enough to not be in the street.
Yeah, that was a lot
But-
of money back then.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough to not be in the
Yeah.
street, especially when you nickel and diming.
Mhm.
So that was a couple nickels and dimes.
And what's the first thing you did when you got your money?
The first thing I did, probably went and got an apartment, because I always wanted to live in Cross Creek, because we had in Jersey, because when I used to mess with Al, it was a bunch of people used to live in there.
Al who?
I'll be sure.
Okay, I'll be sure. All right.
Yeah, it was a bunch of people used to live there. I'm like, I got to crib in here one day. It was a stupid idea, but it was just something I always wanted to do. So that's the first thing I did was went and got an apartment. And then I went and got like a Lex Coupe. Went and got some rims. I was like, I made it.
20,000 gone.
Nah, I made Def Jam pay for the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean Def Jam pay for
Yeah,
the car?
Def Jam paid for the car.
That's the kind of stuff they used to do back then?
Yeah.
Like
We
when
ain't gonna
they-
give you
they-
too
they
much
would-
money, but we'll get you a car.
Well, no, because what happened was they was like, you can't take no shows, but I forgot what the reason even was. It was like, if I'm not taking no shows, y'all got to pay me to sit at home.
Wow.
They was like, don't do no shows till the album comes out. All right, well, I need some money.
That seems counterproductive. Like today, they would never tell you don't do no shows until the album comes out.
Right. I don't know what that was about. But
Well, back then they used to put way more promo and marketing into
Right.
people too, though. So
There
it's
wasn't too
like-
many artists as well.
Yeah.
and
Because
they
that's how
really
you
put
get
money in.
good, though, I would think. Like doing more shows is more like a smaller venues practice. And
yeah, you gotta build up to whatever it is that you're gonna be. So
So they're paying for your car, what else? Paying for your rent?
no, they paid for the car.
Okay.
They bought the car cash.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what else? Like a stipend or something? Like,
Nah, after a while, I was like, I'm taking these shows. Because there was so many of them coming.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm taking these shows. And then we just started doing them.
how much you was getting per show back then?
When I first started, I don't even remember. What was it, like 10? When Touch Me, Tease Me first came out? It might have been like 10. It was like 7,500? Yeah,
that's
you would
good
remember.
money. R&B singers do not play. You know what's
Yeah.
funny? I was looking at this video that Tank posted on his Instagram. I know he's on the first single, but he was saying that R&B singers need to come together and like do a tour, and that y'all don't work together anymore.
Yeah.
You feel like it's a different era. Like back then,
Yeah,
you was
it
hanging
is.
out with Al B. Shore and hanging out, and
Yeah.
now.
Well, actually, for me, I was still trying to be an artist, and Al was kind of mentoring me. Like, I'd be in the studio with him while he's writing, like, the Tevin Campbell songs and all that stuff, and he was teaching me stuff about songwriting and how to put it together. And one day he was writing a song, he was sitting there, I'm sitting there drinking some Hennessy. He handed me the paper. He's like, go in there. I'm like, and do what? He's like, sing it. I'm like, it's just words. There was no melody or nothing. He's like, I'm gonna put the music on, just sing whatever comes out. That was my first time ever being in the studio.
What song was that? That was
You and I off of his second album.
Now, how did Touch Me, Tease Me come about?
Hold on, you about to say something. So what?
I mean, he was mentoring me.
Okay.
And that doesn't really go on anymore. So I agree with him on that. And even like coming together to do songs, like I hit him about the Make Love song that we did, and he was like, because at first I'm like, yo, how much, to do the song? So he texted me back. He was like, yeah, 40,000. But I knew he was playing because I could see he was still typing. I'm like, wait, what, nigga? He's like, nah, what I look like charging you, yo? I'm like, I'll just check it, yo. He's like, imagine you even asked me that. I'm like, I had to ask.
You always got to say it like that, too. I hit him about the Making Love song. You can never just say I hit him about making love.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially nowadays. About the record, the recording process.
Now, how did Touch Me, Tease Me come about?
Oh, man, we was, actually the track was an accident. They was trying to sample PSK and couldn't get it right. Like they couldn't get it to lock up whatever he was trying to do. And one time he did something wrong, and it worked. He's like, leave it like that. So then they went and got Mary to write it, and we went and sang it. We all sat around one night, went in and sang it, then we figured out who was gonna get the rhyme on it.
Did you have a problem with people writing for you back then? Yeah.
No, I mean, I still don't. Like
Yeah.
I write with people, or I have people write for me, or they might write it and then I'll take the song and, rearrange it to make it mine, but nah.
I feel like that's why they had so many hit records back in the day, because nobody cared about that kind of stuff.
Nah, the best records are made like that.
Yeah.
Like, to me, the best album of all time is What's Going On, Marvin Gaye.
I love it.
That album, if you look, there was so many writers and producers, they all just came together. Here, I got this idea, and you put it all together. That's how the best stuff is made.
You think it's different being in the studio working with somebody than it is when someone sends a track over?
It's a lot different. Because when y'all in the room together, it's energy. You know what I'm saying? You vibe, and it's a vibe. When there's a track, what they did is there already. So there's nothing else that they can feel from you or take from you to get it. It's way different. How
did the Therapy album come together? Were you guys on the songs that you worked on? Were you in the studio? Because I know a lot of people don't do that as much as they used to.
Well, no. Well, we started with Make Love, and me and Teddy. I was at Teddy's house, and we did
Teddy Riley.
Yeah, I was at Teddy Riley's house. We did like 4 or 5 songs, and Make Love was the first song that we did. For the other songs that I did, I had people in the only one. Tank wasn't in the studio because he was in LA, and I had to turn the album in like the next week. But everybody else, we were all there. I have like I did a song with the Flow Assist. I was in London at her house. We was sitting there vibing in the living room. And she did her thing, and then I got on one of her joints that she got coming out. But it's way better to vibe like that.
Why'd you call it therapy?
Because that's what it is for me. Music is therapy.
You see Charlamagne got the sweater on today, too, promoting the album.
Not for your album, though.
Nah, it's for the album. It's a better story. It's a better story like that.
Could be a double entendre.
It's a better story. Nah, you already killed it, man. It's a better story, though. It's a better story, though. It's a better story like that. But I mean, like I've been through a lot. I mean, like you said, with Unsung and stuff with women, stuff like that. And it's just like about just learning how to be better. You know what I mean? And keep yourself from going crazy. For me, a lot of times, it's music. That's how I get it out. You know what I mean?
What'd you think of Puff Son sampling your joint?
I think it was dope. Yeah, I think it's dope. And he called me. We went and did it on the BET Awards. It was dope. Yeah.
You also said at one point you ended up in a never-ending cycle of partying and drug use so much.
Yeah, it was fun. No, I mean, of course
it was.
Yeah, it was fun.
I feel the same way. I smoked cocaine and weed one time. And
oh, no, I ain't do that.
Listen,
slow down.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Whoa.
It's terrible for you, but it was a great high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's fun.
Case, you would have been a mess if there was social media back then.
Oh, it'd have been over.
All that running around that you was doing.
Ooh, man. Yo, we always say that.
Being the side piece and having a side piece and.
Yeah, it was like, it was a big
the
gumbo.
side piece?
Oh, yeah, it was everything.
You was the side piece.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was
side
a
piece.
few side pieces.
You didn't mind that back in the day?
Nah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and the closest I got to it is, I don't know why me and her was cool like this, but Wendy Williams never used to blow me up.
She definitely
Used to see
did
you
blow
up?
you up.
No, she would call me and be like, look, I'm getting these faxes. That's how long ago it was.
The
She was getting
faxes.
faxes. She was like, I'm getting these faxes about this girl that lives in blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And she's reading them to me and sending them to me. She's like, I'm not going to blow you up, but I'm just telling you, you need to move different.
So you had a fax machine also.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right in the living room. Yeah.
And you never got caught at all?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got
But I'm saying I didn't get blown up.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the social media, it'd have been
What was
over.
the worst case when somebody caught you?
What y'all
Listen,
lying
oh
about?
God, they all
I
got
thought
they
Wendy
got something.
Williams did tell your business on the radio.
Only thing she said is that I was dating Mary.
Right.
I'm
but
talking
that's
about
when
the
you
other
kind
stuff.
Everybody knew though.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was the case when you got caught? Was you in somebody's house?
I got caught so many times.
you was
What's the-
sloppy.
I didn't care. No, I just didn't care. What was the best or worst time I got
best.
caught?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You never had to jump out a window.
I ain't jumping on the window, yo. I try to fight my way out before I jump out the window. Oh, I think I got. Well, that was more her getting caught. It was some chick. She was a stripper, I think. And we in the car. I'm about to leave. It was in Parkchester. So we talking in the car,
Talking to
and I hear a knock on the window.
Uh-oh.
I look. It's her dude. I'm like, oh man. I call you. I'm like, dude, our chick is the best. I just broke out.
You said our chick is the best.
Yeah, it was our chick. At that, I mean, come
Oh
on.
man.
Oh my
He
God.
wasn't mad at you?
I would have been mad at me.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
more
yeah.
mad at her.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I
Maybe
came
some
back
guys
like
might
2
get-
days later though.
Maybe some guys might give her a pass because it's Case. Like, all right, well, at least you cheating with Case.
Nah.
I don't even think he knew who it was. All he saw was action.
Nobody ever tried to fight you?
Probably. I seen the dude knock his girl out in the club.
Oh, no.
Over
that's
you?
awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like,
Did you help her?
nah, you know what?
She was smashing her?
No, I wasn't.
No,
Oh, so
no.
she had a crush on you
No,
or something?
what happened was they standing there holding hands, he's talking, and she's facing this way, licking her tongue at me and stuff.
Whoa.
And then he turned around and he's looking at her. She don't notice yet. So I'm like, she didn't take the hint.
What was this?
I'm trying to,
That's awful.
Cause I'm like looking at her like,
So she probably thought she had something on her face.
right. I'm like, he just banged her. I'm like, ugh. That's what's up. I mean, it happens.
What if,
You
did
accidentally shot yourself too, right?
Yeah,
Because you was high?
that was low, but yeah, right in the throat.
No, I'm saying you were high though.
Yeah, I was kind of high.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
were you smoking that made you shoot yourself?
I wasn't smoking nothing. I took some ecstasy and drank like a whole bottle of vodka.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like the second day I was up, and I'm in the crib and playing with the gun, that's always a bad idea.
Always.
Even sober, that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it's even worse when you're high. And that joint went off, and I'm like, wow, okay. So, but I'm still here. It went in, came right out.
So you weren't
They said
trying
it
to
missed
kill yourself?
everything.
You-
Oh, nah.
Okay.
I was having too much fun to kill myself.
Did that make you change it after that?
That's scary. That's
No.
a near-death experience.
Wow.
It actually did.
So what finally made Case calm down, stop doing all the ecstasy, stop doing all the drinking?
I just got older. I mean, I still drink, and I mean, it's whatever, but it's just different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a family now, so I'm like more at home. Like, I used to be out like 8 days a week,
Yeah.
just out all night.
8 days a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Wow, that's a
impossible.
lot.
Trust me, I used to make it happen. And I mean, it was so bad. I had a girl at the time. We was living together. I would leave the house at 6 o'clock in the evening, like, yeah, I'm about to go host this party. Ain't speak to her, ain't answer the phone all night. I show up 2 o'clock the next afternoon with a drink in my hand still. And be like, what up? What's wrong with you? If you got an attitude, then I'm going out. Take a shower, go back out.
Damn.
Like,
Why even have a girl?
I mean, in hindsight, yeah. But at the time,
Why do I feel like all this just stopped yesterday, Case?
nah, dude, nah.
Why do
I just saw Case
still
in
smell the
Milk
vodka
River.
on you?
Nah. Nah, that was a long time ago. That was a different life. A little bit different.
But you gotta live though, right?
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to. Like, you got to work hard. I always say that people be killing themselves to live. Like, they work too hard, they worry too much. For what? When you get older and you dying, you're going to wish that you lived more.
Now, did you make a lot of money back then, or did you get like robbed like a lot of artists did?
Nah, I didn't really get robbed.
Okay.
It started out as a robbery because I was signed through a production company. But we wiggled out of that. I got straight. So I was lucky.
So you never had like the TLC financial problems or anything like that?
Nah, I had a big tax bill. But it wasn't like. But then again, I never made the money that TLC made.
Gotcha.
I made money. I didn't make money like TLC was making.
So you had a big tax bill because you didn't understand finances at the time?
Nah, I had this thing. I understood it. But my thing was, I pay the taxes off the next check. And then you keep saying that every check.
Yeah,
That's the trap off. I do it the next check. The next check never comes. You never do it.
Right. Because then you're like, well, I'm keeping
Next
this
thing you know,
money.
they like, yeah, you owe me $300,000.
Plus penalties.
Oh
plus-
yeah.
That's how much the bill was?
Yeah. It's like 3 something.
Yikes.
Yeah.
How long take you to pay that off?
About a year and a half.
not terrible.
Touring all the time.
All the time.
But you
All
had-
the
but you
time.
Touring
had
8 days a week.
8 days a week.
Yeah,
8 days.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How I'm gonna stop drinking then? They killing me. Yeah, they killing me.
Now, at a period of time, you kind of fell out of love with doing music. And was it the business of it? Or
That's
was
exactly what it was. Like the business of it, because when you're trying to do music, when you first get into it, you love the music. You grew up wanting to do it. You had these dreams about it, and you got this creative spirit and this energy, and then you don't realize that it's more business than it is music. And when the business of it starts to kind of take over, it's like, yo, I don't even want to do this no more. I found myself, like, I walk around singing all the time. But there was a point where I realized that I wasn't singing no more. Like, I would have to go to the studio. I'm like, I don't feel like going. That was never me. And I just was like, yo, I'm not doing this no more. Like, it was just too much of the politics and I'm like, what happened to you just want to do music? Like, I felt like I didn't want to do it. It wasn't worth it.
But it was only a temporary period of time that you felt like that, because then you did come back.
Yeah, actually,
Kinda
two
quick.
things happened. I'm still a huge Michael Jackson fan. So, and my grandmother was really, really instrumental in me getting into music when I was little. She died in May of '09, and Michael Jackson died in June. So me being into music, I went and I'm listening to all this old Michael Jackson stuff, and then the stuff that my grandmother used to make us sing and listen to, and then that sparked it back up.
Did you have a grueling A&R process? Because you talked about how B was, I guess, showing you the ropes. Did they put y'all through like a tough A&R process?
Nah, it was me and JoJo Brim did all the albums.
JoJo been with you for a long time.
Uh-huh.
For about almost 30 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, almost 30 years. I raised him. I did good.
He said he raised you.
I'm proud of you.
But what about like artist development? Like, was that? I guess that's did they?
Not a Def Jam when you're doing R&B. It was they
Yeah.
cared about the records. Like they wasn't really big on that. Not back then, because it was a rap label.
Yeah.
So they were still trying to find their way on the R&B side. So
So they was just kind of like I guess gravy money, so to speak.
yeah,
Like-
while they was trying to learn how
Yeah.
to do it. But as far as the records, like I never really had an A&R, so to speak. It was just me and JoJo would go and come back, and they'd be like, okay, we like this, we don't like this, and we go back. We did it. They pretty much let us go.
Did you ever get upset with JoJo when he started running around with other R&B singers? You was like,
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, cause I mean.
JoJo ain't really run around with Case was his number one. Like JoJo was pushing Case.
Trey too, though, right?
But that was later.
Yeah, later. Yeah.
That was like 2000. What's that, like 10, 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, by then I was chilling. I was just about to come out with the
In Music Soul Child. And you had
yeah
Cisco.
yeah. I
Cisco.
wrote
You was pushing
songs for
every
Cisco. I'm like
What'd
yes.
you write for Cisco?
How Can I Love You Tonight?
Oh.
Which and then what's name just sampled that song, Tiana Taylor on this new album. So
Did you and Casey have like beef, or did y'all not really have any issues with each other?
I mean, I wouldn't call it beef. It was like it was a misunderstanding, which is funny because we're sitting talking, laugh about it now. I wouldn't call it beef.
Because
Like,
he's like, I'm Casey, you're Case.
yeah,
You know?
but nah, it wasn't like that.
So it wasn't like if y'all saw each other, would you speak, or it was just I don't mess with
Oh
you?
no, it was like that.
It was like that, but
it was like that. But I mean, see, I grew up in the streets, so that's not beef to me. Somebody that you don't mess with, that's not a beef.
Okay, that's just
Yeah,
we
beef is when you start my Jeep.
All right.
It
so
wasn't like that.
how did you guys end up talking?
You know what? I have no idea. It's like after a while, I think it was in like 99, 2000. They was like, yo, we want you to do this tour. And it was me, Dave Hollister, John B, and Casey and JoJo. So it's like, is that gonna be a problem? I'm like, not for me. And they put us on the phone, and we didn't really even talk about what the problem was. We talked about that for maybe 2 minutes. The rest of the time, we were just like, even now, he'll call me in the middle of the night. We both be drunk, laughing about stuff, playing music and stuff like that. So it wasn't really a beef like that.
Okay.
So were you married side dude then?
You could say that for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute.
you were in a relationship too, though.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't? Okay.
That's his story.
It's all
He
muddy.
stuck to it.
Are you
It's
sure?
all muddy.
Exactly, it's all muddy.
Case,
That's
are
a
you
good
sure
one.
you
That's a
weren't
good.
in a
It's all muddy.
relationship?
That's all muddy. It's muddy.
Did you just lie?
No, it's not a lie. Hold up. Let me tell you.
Oh boy.
Let me
There
think.
was an overlap.
It could have been. It could have been. It could have been. It could have been an overlap.
I don't know if we asked you this last time. You never kicked it to Beyonce when she was in your video?
She was 17.
Oh.
Come on, underage over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Come on, man.
I didn't know that when we called her to be in the video, but nah, she was 17. We was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I did try to wait it out. I ain't gonna lie. I did try to wait it out.
She turned 18.
Yeah.
I didn't know Beyonce was in that video.
Yeah,
I remember
Happily
when you
Ever
said it just now. I thought about like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, somebody I've heard that
But
before.
yeah, she was crazy cool. We hung out, me, her, Kelly. I think Solange came to the shoot too, like a couple of days. Her mom's and me, her pops got crazy cool after she was in the video. We used to go hang out. We used to go to clubs and all
Don't
that.
get him in trouble now.
No, that's my dude. Hey, this too was a very long time ago.
There's all money.
So
now.
he
was a
didn't have
different
any
time.
overlap either.
What year was that?
Happily Ever After? 99?
99.
See, that's 19 years ago.
19 years.
I know what you doing. I know what he doing. I know what he doing.
19 equals 30.
No, he on the calculator. I
Just
knew
making
it.
sure.
Look.
Just making sure Beyonce's age adding up.
I knew
That's
this.
all.
I knew that's what he was
That's
doing.
all.
Because people always say that to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, she was 17 when we did the video. Like, people always do that.
So now you're married, right? Is this your first marriage?
Yeah, my last.
Your
Yeah.
first and last marriage. So what made you what made her the one?
You know what's the biggest thing? This might sound funny. She was the first girlfriend that I had that wasn't with the nonsense.
She didn't let you get away with all
Nah. Every girlfriend I had before that let me just get away with whatever. They'd be mad, but it'd be like, I'm mad. You gonna be mad? I am. She wasn't having none of that.
Yeah.
And I needed that. Like, I liken it to, you know, kids need discipline.
that. Right.
And I need it too, because I'm like, if not, I just run all over you. Like I said, I come in the crib 2 days later and ask you why you got attitude.
And then go back out.
And go back out. You be like, you still got a drink in your hand? Yeah. Like, you smell like perfume. I fell asleep in the studio. Like, she wasn't having none of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she made me want to be better.
That's good. So
So-
she was checking you on your ish that you needed to be checked on.
She was checking me on stuff that I didn't need to be checked on. Like, she was, yeah, that's why I used to call her, like, she was like the drill sergeant, but I needed that.
So how do you handle that now? Like when you get upset and you can't just leave for 2 days, what do you do now?
I just go downstairs or go to the other side of the house and play PlayStation. I'm like, but the times when I would leave, I wasn't upset. I was just trying to get back in the street.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Making
now.
up arguing to make up an excuse to get back to your
Yeah, yeah.
extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Ooh.
This book must be crazy when you do this book.
Oh, man. The movie going to be crazy than that.
You doing a movie too? Do you ever get phone calls though, like when you tell the older stories about that involve other people? Do other people call you? Like does Mary ever reach out, or Foxy, or whoever, and be like, "Yo, man"?
Because I don't tell other people's stuff. I tell my stuff.
Yeah.
And anything I say about them is, they was there. But I never really tell
It don't sound
other people's stuff.
disrespectful or anything. It's just what
Yeah,
happened.
because I'm not dry snitching or snitching at all on nobody else.
Because everybody knew that you guys dated, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't bring it up unless somebody else bring it up as far as that. But
I'm sure there's other people too that we don't even know about yet.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
Well, the new album, Therapy, is out right now. Make sure you pick it up, and we appreciate you for joining us. All
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it.
right, it's Case. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.